Put on a great performance.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Jared Way wants to prove that last performance wasn't a fluke, that he is a legit fighter. So,
introducing fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 foot 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds, with a record of 1 win, 0 losses. Fighting out of American Elite MMA from Edmond, Oklahoma, Jared Ray. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 foot 7 inches tall, weighing in at 131 pounds, making his MMA debut, fighting out of War Room MMA from Fort Worth, Gustavo Fernandez.
touch the gloves and we're underway here. Max Fighting Championships. Jared Ray coming out in the southpaw stance. Gustavo is a orthodox fighter. Oops, you switch there from Jared Ray's.
It's kind of dangerous switching stances right there in reach.
Yeah.
And he catches a little bit of a right hand. Doesn't seem to phase him though.
Good movement out of both these guys so far. Gustavo getting himself trapped a little bit here against the cage. Oh, and there's that takedown attempt from Ray.
I think we saw the same kind of slam in the last card.
Pressing him into the cage, getting that control.
See him cross-facing him, trying to keep his shoulders on the mat.
Stepping over there, looking for the mount. Gustavo's trying to, yeah. Jared Ray is locked into the mount now. See if he can create some damage, get some posture up here. Oh, Gustavo looking for a sweep. Jared Ray kind of shrugs that off.
It's tough for someone Ray's height to stay in a mounted position with a much taller fighter.
Oh, he's got his arms around the neck here, squeezing pretty tight. Looking like he's going for the finish here. It's hard to tell how tight it is.
Into. You can see Gustavo fighting the hand. He just really needs to sit up here and get out of that 100%
sweep. Yep.
Yeah.
Jared Ray bringing up the nice high guard, looking for the arm there.
You can hear Gustavo's corner telling him, say, too much grappling, more violence.
Jared Ray's looking for, looks like an omoplata here. Arm's a little, not in exactly the perfect position, but he's trying to make it work. Gustavo steps over the head. Jared Ray now looking for that single leg. And there's that Oklahoma wrestling coming out right there.
Oh, he's got
it
neck.
tight.
Couldn't get it across.
Gustavo looking up for
trying to control that arm.
Looking for that Kimura there.
Oh, he's got the wrist. If he could break his grip, that's trouble.
Yeah, Jared Ray's got his hands clasped underneath.
He's going to stick a butterfly in here. Looks like maybe use it to turn him over.
Yeah, he needs to switch to that hip bump sweep from here. Jared Ray pushing across the opposite way. Both of these guys seem pretty content to grapple, and not a lot of ground and pound here. Both just playing the jiu-jitsu game, it seems like.
He's going for an arm in triangle. Slipped his arm out.
Oh.
Love's going to sit back for an arm bar. He's lost his.
Pretty tight. Can he get the correct angle to finish it there?
Looks like he's trying to. He's got 10 seconds to finish it. He slid out. He's lost his elbow. That was a good round. I'm gonna have to pick Ray for that round.
I think so. He had the big slam takedowns, kind of give him the edge there. Other than that, it was primarily a jiu-jitsu match. Not a whole lot of strikes thrown on either end.
I think if Ray would have took his time and sucked that arm up before he sat back to shoot for that arm bar, he might have actually been able to land.
Yeah, that's probably part of being 17 years old. A little anxious, a little excited, looking for the finish as soon as he saw it.
You can see a little bit of a replay here right when I think Ray eats a right hand right here. And we just missed that on the replay. Shot a little jab and a right hand.
Good movement out of both of them on the feet. Not a whole lot of exchanging as far as punches and kicks, but they were both moving well until Ray got him trapped to the cage, and then he went straight into that takedown.
You can see Gustavo, when he was doing his lateral movement, he's kind of crossing his feet. instead of pushing one way or the other, he's crossing his feet. It makes you less athletic.
Yeah. Gustavo is a couple inches taller. He needs to try to keep Ray at the end of his punches, try to avoid those big takedowns this round, see if he can maybe turn this into more of a striking kickboxing match. Ray seems to have him out-positioned a little bit on the ground.
He's a shorter, very powerful fighter. He's
Gustavo's coming out throwing some punches now. He stopped his takedown.
He kind of shot himself in the foot, closing that much distance. Ray's got his leg locked down here in kind of a figure four. He's got a far side wrist control.
Ray really needs to just come up with some ground and pound here. He's got a good positional control. There it is. He's throwing some punches
now. He goes right
now.
to his back. He's got his hooks in.
Trying to get him flat.
He's trying to flatten him out here, but he doesn't have his arm under the chin. Gustavo's got wrist control on that arm.
He's got to protect his neck here in this position.
He needs to control that wrist and get his hips to the ground. There he goes. He's got that arm across. It looks like Ray may try to go for an arm in triangle here. He's going to have to step his right leg across the body, just like that, and really get the angle on him.
He needs to drop his hips down, get some more pressure. He's going to allow Gustavo to roll out of there.
Gustavo turned him over, but he's still got the choke in.
This is going to be a determination of how hard Jared Ray can squeeze on this.
And how much Gustavo can take of it. He's a powerful little guy. And he just can't seem to get that other hook in. Gustavo's probably going to go at the back here. He just to make sure he needs to watch his arms. There he goes.
Gustavo, comes out on top.
But he kind of sliced in there. He just kind of gave his back up there.
Did, he's got to get that. All Jared Ray's got to do is get his head out, and he's going to have Gustavo's back. Gustavo's trying to adjust his hips now. There he goes.
There he is. Gustavo's thin enough around the waist he could get that turn in.
Yeah. Oh, here he comes back to the punches, but he's giving up those double unders.
You can't give up double unders for a single punch. There he goes right into a mount.
Now here it is. This is where the ground and pound comes in.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for Ray to really get enough space to turn him over. He's going out the back.
It's going to be a scrambling position here. Who's going to come out on top?
He needs to turn into him.
And Gustavo ends up on top again. Oh, there's some good shot there.
There he goes. A little right hand there.
Gustavo just seems to be
right
rushing
into a triangle.
Bit.
Oh, man. Ray managed to pin that leg. He was going right into a triangle.
Gustavo seems to be rushing the position just a little bit. Oh, there he goes, turning back into a takedown attempt.
Now he's got his neck out there. He does have his leg across, though.
Looks like Gustavo's going to turn this into a mount again.
Ray be better off just to turn loose of that neck and try to get his hips out of there.
And walking up the cage, looking for an escape again out the back door.
Gustavo's got an. He needs to break contact here. He's supposed to get caught into a straight toe hold there.
Ray's looking for the legs. Gustavo turns over, gives him the other leg. There's the ground and pound that we needed.
He needs to soften him up here. He's going to throw some punches here.
Gustavo's going to try to steal this round here at the end.
Those are some fairly solid punches. He's just hipping in and throwing it at him. That was well done. I'm going to pick Gustavo. I think it's 1-1.
So, yes. I think it's a very close round until that last little flurry there where Gustavo really opened up and stole the round, I think, away from Ray. So I think we're going to go 1-1 into this third round and see who's going to be able to take this fight.
Absolutely. I think whoever takes this last round wins the fight. You can hear Gustavo's coach in the corner telling him, said, last time you landed something big, he goes right into a double leg. He said, if you land something big, step back and then throw a rear upper or lead uppercut to catch him coming in.
He really needs to keep that distance and make Ray kickbox. Ray doesn't seem to be very comfortable on the feet. And if Gustavo can maintain distance and keep Ray off his hips, I think he could do very well here in this third round.
It almost seems to me like he's pawing with his hands instead of popping his punches out. Like he's not throwing them with confidence, doesn't seem like.
He's just kind of using them as a rangefinder to get in close to take that takedown.
Exactly.
Gustavo looks very composed, very ready to go. Ray seems to be breathing a little heavy here, so we'll see if that plays a factor in this third round. Gustavo going right into those punches.
He caught him with a. You can see him. He's not keeping his distance.
No.
I think he just landed another right hand. That was a really nice right hand.
There
he goes right into a clinch.
Gave up double unders.
Yep. He did not keep his distance. If he would have kept his distance, kept him out on the end of his punches, he was probably on the way to putting him on the mat.
He was doing a very good job there with his hands.
I think Ray here is going to keep his head position and keep him in a low back and maybe try to get a little bit of a breather. He may not be all there yet. He lost his head position.
Gustavo's got to dig that underhook if he wants out of this position. He can't just allow Ray to have these double underhooks.
He's going to have to feed that left arm right in between them. You see him fight for the underhook.
He
just kind of slung him to the mat there.
In my opinion, Gustavo's got to get up off the bottom here if he wants to win this fight. He can't spend this round on the bottom.
No, he can't allow Ray to lay on top of him.
And as far as Ray goes, he's got to open up and throw some ground and pound. I know he's very heavily in the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu, but he's got to use his hands and his ground and pound to set those transitions and those submissions up.
It's one thing to be able to take somebody down, but he was losing this round handily the first minute and a half. Gustavo's got an arm there.
He's squeezing on
he
tight.
may not be. He needs to bend his legs down and pin his head down to keep him from pulling his arm out.
Gustavo would be best served here to kick away and try to get back to his feet.
There he
goes. Needs to come up.
He's looking in to grab an ankle. You can hear his coach just pleading for him to stand up.
Needs to use this as a positional advantage to get back to his feet.
Ray's knee looks like it's in kind of a compression. If he could, you can see Gustavo had his heel.
No, he's back looking for that arm triangle. Back to the mount.
Right into the mount.
Gustavo's corner asking for him to hit a sweep here, but Jared Ray has stepped off to the right side, looks like.
A little bit of knee on belly to put pressure on him. He needs a wall walk right here and turn him over. And if anything, just to get up off the ground.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to play his game here.
And get that foot underneath him, get back to his feet right here. Ray's holding that ankle, trying to prevent that from happening. There's a little bit of ground and pound from Ray. That's what he needs. In my opinion, that's what Ray needs. Needs some more ground and pound to set up his transitions and submissions. Here comes another armbar attempt from Gustavo on the bottom.
Gustavo has to use that leg to pin his head down, or he's just going to pull that arm out. He's a powerful little grappler. Looks like Ray giving a little butt punch. We've all seen that happen before.
Gustavo seems like he's looking for that leg, but he's not going to have enough time here. Ray's finally throwing some ground and pound.
He's going to turn right into a takedown, right into a reversal. That was well done.
Yeah, that was a nice little.
He just kind of whipped him right over. I don't know. That's a tough one. Gustavo really did all the damage there in the last round. He held him down, but he really didn't do anything with it. I'm going to have to go with Gustavo here. I'm going to go with Gustavo the decision.
I'm going to have to say Ray. I think he held position and controlled that third round. Gustavo definitely opened the round very strong, but he allowed himself to be held down by Ray for probably 2 of the 3 minutes in that round. So I'm thinking they're probably going to lean towards Ray on this one. It's a great fight from two 17-year-old kids. Gustavo obviously making his debut. Ray with one fight under his belt, but they both showed very, very good skills, especially on the ground. They both seem like they're very competent grapplers.
Good composure. Neither one of them seemed like they fought in the hallway. You see a lot of these young guys just kind of fight in the hallway. They were both bouncing around, doing a little bit of angling.
They had some good movement for sure.
If Gustavo could have used his reach, man, he really could have paid him up.
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear some noise for these two fighters putting it all on the cage tonight. After 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards for judges' decision. After 3 rounds, your winner by unanimous decision, Jared Ray.